A doctor who signed off only as criminal doctor wrote, "I'm a doctor. People tell me that's a noble profession. My parents are proud of me. My teachers are proud of me. But I'm ashamed of myself. Why so? Because I'm gay. It doesn't matter how many lives I've saved. It doesn't matter how much suffering I relieve. It doesn't matter how much good I do. It doesn't change one shameful fact. I'm a criminal doctor." Sir, please bear with me as I quote one last person. Mr. Chu questioned the consequences of repealing 3778. He questioned whether, if 3778 was abolished, those who supported its retention would suffer. He asked if they would, and I quote, he asked if they would be living in constant hardship, hysteria, agony and pain, distress and shame, fear of marriage breakdown, upset with public safety and order, simply due to the knowledge that someone else is legally behaving in what they regard as gross indecency in some other bedroom? Mr. Chu went on, "Let us be honest and look where the tears and the wounds really are. Talk is cheap, anger is free, but pain is costly. And often, such truly divisive laws as Section 377A cost lives. And then there are those who leave. If we truly believe that every Singaporean counts, if we truly believe that every Singaporean matters, and surely we must, when people are our only natural resource, then have we counted the cost of all those who have left us because of this?" I will cite only one example to show how heavy the cost to Singapore is. Mr. Alex Liang emailed me a few months back. He's a former Singaporean who has renounced his citizenship and is now a UK citizen. By all objective measures, Mr. Liang is someone who would have served the country very well. We had invested heavily in him. He received a sports award for 3 years running and was also a humanities scholar. He represented the country in gymnastics, receiving generous training allowances. He speaks 8 languages and had excellent academic results. But the moment he completed national service, he left for Europe and he stayed there. He had long decided to leave Singapore, as he did not see a viable future for himself in Singapore as a gay man. Sir, I ask again, what price this effort to signpost the views of the majority? Even if we want to signal the majority's disapproval of homosexuality, we do not need to retain 377A. It can be done through other means. Repealing 377A does not mean that society endorses or approves of homosexuality. Let us learn from the example of the Censorship Review Committee. Its 2003 report noted the distinction between allowing and endorsing, stating that allowing certain content is quite different from and should not be misinterpreted as an endorsement. The same reasoning applies here. In any event, this House should be leading and not following. We should lead by example. We should be doing what is right, fair and just, what is constitutional and keeping in spirit with Singapore's cherished principles of equality and non-discrimination. We pride ourselves on doing the unpopular but right thing. So why are we abdicating our responsibilities now? So I get a little emotional when I hear the signposting argument. That is because it claims to signpost values held by this House and by Singaporeans. It purports to proclaim the values that I, as a member of this House and as a Singaporean, believe in and want to proclaim. But what are these values? What is this majority view? What does the majority whose values we want to signpost think and say? For that, I turn to the keep377a.com website. It was set up to solicit signatures for an online open letter in support of 377A. Let me just read some of the messages that have been posted on this website.
Order. Mr. Siew, you have 3 minutes more. Please wind up.
Yes, sir. Instead of reading the comments, I'll just talk about what I feel that the House should do. I ask this House to signpost the values of fairness, justice, non-discrimination, openness, and inclusiveness, which are values fundamental to a secular democracy. I ask this House to endorse the view that our people should feel free to express diverse views, pursue unconventional ideas, and simply be different, that ours must be an open and inclusive Singapore, and that we should build a nation where every citizen has a place, where all can live in dignity and harmony. And if those words sound familiar, that is because those were the very words of the Prime Minister in his swearing-in speech in August 2004. These are the right things to do. Some have said that Singapore is not ready, that this is not the right time. I disagree. I say that there is no wrong time to do the right thing. Now is the time, not to do the pragmatic or practical thing, but to do the right thing. Now is the time to turn our backs on prejudice, discrimination, intolerance and hatred. Now is the time for this House, which represents all Singaporeans, to lead by example. Now is the time to uphold the noble the noble ideals of our founding fathers, ideals upon which our country was founded and which hold our society together. The ideals of a democratic society based on justice and equality. The ideal of all persons being equal before the law and all persons having the equal protection of the law. Now is the time to do the right thing and repeal 3778. Sir, with that, and for all the reasons I've stated in my speech, namely the increase of so many maximum sentences without adequate justification, the retention of marital immunity, albeit in a limited form, and the failure to repeal 3778, I oppose the Penal Code Amendment Bill.